Hi, everybody. Damian Cole with the XLT podcast. I'm here with Thomas Borrillo.
You said it right.
Yeah. I know how to say it, yeah. Actor. Let me read the whole thing for this guy, okay? Went to American Conservatory Theater, A.C.T. in San Francisco. Graduate of the Circle in the Square.
It's a Broadway theater in the round, 900 seats, and it's also a school, and they only take 36 students a year.
Damn.
And the second year we had 24, and we graduated with 18.
Damn. Wow.
It's a lot of work.
Exclusive. Broadway theater. 2 Broadway shows.
Off Broadway.
Off Broadway.
I had a Broadway play reading.
Yeah. Okay.
Me.
Woo-hoo. Broadway. He's done 45 plays. Won the Henry Award for the Best Actor for Frankie and Johnny. The Henry Award.
He was like the original big theater, Henry. I should know it. In Denver.
Okay.
And he was getting older, so they named the award after him.
Nice.
And it's a really ugly award because they hired someone to do a clay model cast of his face.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
Nice.
I would hide it. But yeah, it was, for Denver, it's a big deal. It's a big theater thing.
Damn. Henry Award. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Next year won the Theater Critics Award for the Best Actor in a Drama, playing Jake in Sam Sheppard's Lie of the Mind.
Lie of the Mind. That was the play that made me want to become an actor.
Oh, nice.
I finally played Jake.
Lie of the Mind. Played Jesse on MTV's Daria for 6 years. Jesse was the guy in the band.
Yeah, he's trans special. He's kind of like a stoner guy.
Yeah.
So I didn't ever have a lot. I'd say, wow, corn is cool. Shit like that.
But Daria, that's one of.
I did a lot of fill-in characters.
Yeah.
Like if they were at the flea market selling records, like, can you do a voice for that guy? I'm like, oh my God, Leonard Skinner, I'm buying that. They're like, oh, perfect.
Nice.
It's weird looking at a cartoon and figuring out how they talk.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Ah, so cool. Daria, I used to love that show. Cosby Show. Holy moly. Who's on the Cosby Show?
The second one.
Second one. Okay.
No, it was called Cosby.
Okay.
I had Dougie Doug.
Okay. Dougie Fresh? No, Dougie Doug.
Dougie Doug, he was a short-lived hip-hopper.
Not Dougie Fresh.
It might be.
Dougie Fresh. He did like beatbox and stuff?
Not on the set, I didn't
Dougie
see. He
Doug.
just played his character.
Okay.
But Madeline Kahn was on the set.
Okay.
I'll tell you the Cosby story later.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Let me keep introducing.
Sorry.
Spin City. New York Undercover. In Plain Sight. Several indie films. A one-man show in New York City. HBO bought a development interest in it, but
They sent me to Los Angeles,
yeah,
where nobody goes to theater or one-man shows.
right. Tons of TV commercials. Budlight Super Bowl ads. Holy shit, man.
That was good money. That was in the day when you could make money on commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of the Comedy Sports San Jose for years. Now he's doing stand-up in Saigon, teaching English.
Kinda.
Teaching English.
Yeah.
Many people do that, but let's see. 10 years of acting for crisis intervention for police officers. He could cook really well. He wrote this, by the way.
I can. I can cook,
believe
man.
it. I believe it.
I got sauce in the fridge right now.
Role as Stanley in Streetcar Named Desire. Yes. We'll come back to that too. Several Harold Pinter plays. 3 Sam Sheppards.
Sam Sheppard?
Yeah.
Sam Sheppard came from the Living Theater. He was married to Jessica Lang.
Okay.
He was award-winning playwright. He always writes really screwy plays
Yeah.
about the collapse of the American dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Love it. Worked with Liam Neeson, Bill Cosby, Placido Domingo.
You know who that is?
The opera singer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I asked 2 people last night, and they're like, who?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah. Isn't he one of the 3 tenors or something? Yeah.
I didn't work with him.
Yeah.
I was a stunt fighter at the opera.
That's crazy.
But I got to be in the crow's nest with him with my armor
Yeah.
pressed against his armor off stage.
Yeah.
While he warmed up, he'd be like, whoa! And
Yeah.
go through me.
Wow.
It's a cool job.
Damn. Placido. Let's see. Worked with Dennis Quaid, Michael Chiklis, Stephen Lang, Madeline Kahn, John Elway, the most famous. But what is that football team?
The Broncos.
Broncos.
He's horrible.
He looks like the Bronco.
He wears tight white jeans all the time.
Yeah.
Watch.
Oh, God.
And he doesn't believe in tipping.
Yeah. Seems like it.
$798 tab.
Yeah.
My restaurant wouldn't let me put a gratuity.
Yeah.
And then he came up afterwards, and he would do this. This is my friend Tom. Tom, 2 more beers.
Yeah.
That shit. And then he handed me a wad of cash,
Yeah.
shook my hand. He's like, great service tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. Then he left. 13 crumbly ones.
Yeah.
$13 on $7.98. Oh, John Elway.
He's no Joe Montana.
No, Joe was probably cool.
Yeah. Well, his name was Joe Cool.
Yeah, but then I got booked to do a commercial with him 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend was like, "Jake, just keep it in.
Yeah.
Keep it in. You're going to make money today." I'm like, I have to act like I fucking like him, honey.
Yeah.
I don't like him. Sorry, John. I don't like him.
I hope John Elway watches this.
You're not, yeah.
I'm gonna at him.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to
John Elway.
5-minute douche mark.
Let's see. Conan O'Brien show. Jay Leno. Ashley Judd. 2 lines of this hit.
Sorry, people. She's mean to everybody. Not. I didn't get me on the raft, but I watched it all day.
Damn. And these show business people, huh? Let's see. Played basketball with Matt Dillon twice. Super cool, dude.
He's really cool.
Yeah. Seems cool.
I didn't know he was Matt Dillon until he slapped my shot down and
Yeah.
he's like, "You used to chase," and I heard his voice. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dude, you're
Yeah.
kind of a chubby Matt Dillon."
He blocked your shot.
Yeah, but then I smoked him a little bit later.
Yeah. Nice. Got it back. 5 catbacks for the Sopranos. What's a catback?
Oh, callback.
Oh, for the Sopranos. Woo.
Problem was, because it's Christopher Walken's wife,
Yeah.
Georgina Walken, who
Right.
cast, and they kept bringing me back.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "You have what we're looking for,
Yeah.
but you're 30. I need guys that are 20 or in their 40s."
Okay.
So I kept falling between the fucking cracks. I can't curse.
Yeah, you can.
No.
You can curse. This is my show. You can curse all you fucking want. Shit, you're on the Sopranos. Almost.
Never got there.
Almost. You auditioned. Shit. Scene on Breaking Bad. Oh shit.
We filmed part of it,
Yeah.
but it took place in a truck in the middle of Albuquerque,
Yeah.
and the winds were kicking up all the sand.
Yeah.
So they said, we'll do a reshoot.
Yeah.
Then the next Monday, they decided reshoot day.
Yeah.
But I was in Denver, and I couldn't drive 8 hours and get there by 6 a.m. call. And the guy who played it sucked.
Yeah. Fuck, that would have been cool. Okay. Audition for Sex in the City.
That's just for story purpose.
Okay. And yeah, and more. There's got to be more. I mean, shit.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, Tom Borrillo's in the house, bro. It took 10 minutes to introduce you. Holy shit.
Well, no, I thought you were just wanted stuff written down so you had questions.
We gotta tell
You're
the
gonna
people
read
who
it.
you are, man. They gotta know. Tom
I
Borrillo.
survived mostly on TV commercials.
Yeah,
And I did theater because it's my favorite.
yeah,
Not a lot of money, though.
yeah.
So.
Anyways, fucking. So Tom, I met Tom here in Saigon doing stand-up comedy. I liked him when I saw his stand-up. I was like, okay, this guy's. I love his stand-up.
You love it?
I love it, man. He tells stories. And the first time I saw him do a character, it was at La Fe, I think, rooftop on a Friday night. And you did some character sitting outside a hospital.
Oh, Blueberry Larry.
Yeah, that was dope, man.
I liked him.
Yeah, I was like, damn, okay.
What's funny is I never thought of him as black.
Yeah,
Because there was a bar in San Francisco called the Peter Pan, like the worst dive bar
yeah.
near Market Street in
I
Tyndall.
think I remember that one. Yeah,
But I loved all the old guys in there.
yeah,
There was one guy, he talked like this,
yeah,
but he was white.
yeah,
And he was my character.
Yeah.
And people were like, wow, that's kind of weird. You're playing an old black guy.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I guess he is. I don't know. Not in my brain, but
Yeah.
I think as I went on then,
right.
I think he started to become,
Nice.
uh,
Shit, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, it's just 10 minutes of being this character, and he just was totally in it. Everybody was quiet in the crowd, just watching him. And when he finished, everyone was like, "Oh my god, yeah, it's fucking cool."
two girls cried.
Yeah, really.
They're like, that made me so sad. I
Yeah.
was like, ew, it's supposed to be hopeful.
Powerful, powerful, man. Making people cry. Yes.
House cleaning.
And then we were gonna do a play together, but he had to go back to Denver. But he coached Jeremy, who's on Jeremy from episode 23, on the play, and we killed it. I just saw two ladies last night that saw the play, and they were like, "Oh, you were great."
I was
Yeah.
so jealous.
Yeah,
I was like, I love that play.
yeah, it's a good play.
But you guys are good. I saw the video.
Yeah,
They just, I tried to direct them for a while, and then I saw the opening. I'm like, clearly did not like my direction. But you guys made it your own, and it was
we
good.
We did. We had, bro. It was,
You did find the ups and
it
downs.
was
And
28 pages, bro. We had to shorten it. It was like,
did you?
yeah,
you did.
We cut a little, just trimmed it, but yeah, because it was hard. We'd never really done plays before, and Tom left, and we're like, oh fuck, what do we do? And then Alinka stepped in and gave us some tips.
Don't,
She's
what was her tip? Don't listen to Tom.
No, she said shorten it a little because we didn't know our lines. And we started kind of late to practice, and then the last 2 weeks we met every day and did the play 3 times a
That's how
day.
you do it.
Yeah,
Proud.
yeah,
Even when I was in plays and the weed opened,
yeah,
no, every night I would go to because I did a play called Superior Donuts.
right,
One of my favorite plays.
yeah,
Became a TV show,
yeah,
but the show had nothing to do with the play really, except for the young black kid and the old hippie.
yeah,
But there was a lot of stuff, a lot of moving to keep the donut shop alive.
right,
So every night I would I was like, can I have 10 minutes? And I'd speed my lines and walk to all my marks.
yeah,
Because I had to be doing cash register and
Yeah.
go in and out and talk over there and get on the phone. And talking on the phone on stage may seem easy,
right,
but it's really fucking hard.
right,
The second you can practice like this,
yeah,
second you get the prop and are actually talking on the phone and carrying on a conversation,
yeah.
it's tricky, man.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
You gotta feed yourself the lines, right? Nice.
Yeah, we stood there. My cough?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
No, Circle in the Square, one of the things we did was, in more of the method stuff, is you learn to use your body and not let your body use you. You know, so we would do exercises to tap into emotions, like really meditative and personal emotions. Nothing within the last 7 years, because that's how muscle memory works. Before it lets go. So we had one guy go into a car accident, and we would do like 30 minutes of getting breathing, and he seized up, and we had to pry his hands. It's weird. It's like, oh wow, I don't get that heavy. I just do my lines. But yeah, that's how I would learn my lines. Just like, oh hey, how are you? 1 second. Okay, boom. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn more.
You guys didn't really have a set though to do it.
No. It was kind of in the first show was on stage. The second show we were like surrounded by the audience. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
it was different. So
those are the plays I like though. Two guys in a chair.
Yeah, I liked it. We're gonna do another one. Me, Jeremy, and Tom. Soon. I don't know when.
I'm talking to Link is supposed to be coming back.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's 3 umpires. First day of spring training. One kid is gung ho. He's Mr. And the other guy will be Jeremy.
Yeah.
And he's just not into it. And I'm like old school. I'm like, come on, man, first day. And, but yeah, he blew a call the season before. And the young kid's team lost the series, and he killed himself. So it was based on a true story. I think it was one of the Mets. Had this rookie sensation, and he blew a game.
Yeah.
I think it was a pennant race, but yeah. So ours is funny though.
Yeah.
It's
I've read through it. It's good. Keep you posted on that. And then Tom, why? So you grew up in Colorado.
Yeah.
Lived in New York, L.A.
No, I went to Colorado, and then I went to Santa Clara and San Jose.
Okay.
And then I lived 4 years in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Loved living in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I lived on Stockton and Bush.
Yeah.
And I was cut because I had long curly hair and I used to row crew.
Yeah.
So the joke was that I was always stocked on Bush.
Yeah.
Stocked. There's a place called the Tunnel Top.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
I know it. Yeah.
Here's a dive.
Yep. I used to drive by it all. I used to drop people off in the cab, picking up.
Oh yeah, you were
I've been there a few times.
Yeah. So I went to A.C.T.
Yeah.
It's a big acting conservatory.
Yeah.
And I did the night program, and they said I was going to go into their program, but one of the teachers, she was like, "You should look at Circle in the Square."
Yeah.
And I ended up going there, and it was one of the best things I ever did.
Nice.
Hard.
Yeah.
There's 2 groups of 18.
Yeah.
I think you have a class load of 14 classes
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like Chekhov, Shakespeare, text study, singing twice a week, singing interpretation, dance where you do jazz dance. I fucking hate jazz dance. I'm tall. I'm not one of the snappy little girls. They're like, we had to do chorus. Like I was always like, they're all like, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
So I tried to hide in the back, and it didn't work because I was taller than everyone. Yeah, so we had to do dance, combat, mask, which was my favorite. We were taught by an ex-Israeli military instructor, and he was also a mime. Him and his wife.
Wow.
This guy, he put us through physical torture.
Yeah.
Like 45 minutes. Duck, 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 go.
Yeah.
His big thing was you had to go from standing to sitting to lying. And he had 3 rhythms for it. He'd either be like, duck, duck, duck. And you'd be like, boom, boom, boom. Or you'd do a cannon move. If you were sitting, you'd say,
Yeah.
and, you know, or you're lying down, you have to stand.
Yeah.
Or you go, and you have to do it really, really slow. Nice, but you do it for 45 minutes, and then he's like, let's work on our monologues.
Yeah.
And you're just raw and emotional.
Yeah. It's like doing burpees.
Yeah, but breaks your emotions down, and you're like, now is the winter of our discontent.
Yeah. Nice.
So anyway, yeah, so I was in New York,
Uh-huh.
got out of school, I got lucky, because I got my first audition for a commercial, I got a National Miller Red commercial.
Okay.
Remember Miller Red?
No.
It was about a year it lasted.
Okay.
But they tell you get one out of every 100 auditions.
Really?
And, you know, back then it was true.
Yeah.
And I'm old school. I'm old, they tell me every time. But back then, man, you'd have 3 auditions. It was like, oh, you got to be on 73rd, jump on the train, get down to Tribeca, and then go up to Midtown. And there wasn't no internet. You had to get headshots, get your agent to approve them, or try and get an agent. And they tell you, they're like, never knock on someone's door. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I fucking did it.
Yeah.
That's how I got auditions for Sopranos.
Yeah.
I slid it under her door.
Yeah.
She's like, wow. And she even told me, she's like, you got balls.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she kept telling me, she's like, we're going to get you a part.
Yeah.
Because I had 2 friends on the show. One buddy was the FBI agent who was always eating.
Right.
The white
yeah.
guy with stomach problems. And
Yeah. Yeah.
he told me it was like 7 auditions long.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get it. She told me that, and I was like, okay, but give me a fucking part. And then that night she goes out to dinner, and I was her fucking waiter. And she didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
She was really nice. I'm like, is there anything else? And I'm like, madam? And she goes, no. I said, I have something. And she goes, what? I'm like, do you see what happens when you don't cast people on The Sopranos? Look at my life. She's like, oh my God, Tom. I'm so sorry. I meant what I said.
Nice.
But that's when I had to move to LA,
Yeah.
because my one-man show, that's where all the characters were.
Yeah.
They got interest, and back then everybody was getting all the comics, like, what's his name, Kevin. He was the UPS King of Queens.
Oh yeah.
Ray. They're all the stand-ups were getting comedy shows.
Yeah. Ray Romano.
Ray Romano. So they sent me to LA, and instead of having like my old wizened agent, they give me a 26-year-old from LA.
Yeah.
Thinks he's, oh my God, I hated this dude.
Yeah.
And he told me, your show doesn't have a tank. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I just did a show for 35 people. They all seem to like it. Yeah, we need a tank. We need something heavy. I'm like, all right, I've got 17.
Yeah.
So I did some of the heavier shit, and they were like, whoa, it's not really fun anymore. Rewrote my script 3 times.
Yeah.
I reshuffled it.
Yeah.
My friend who writes for Hallmark,
Yeah.
it's the most cush job in the world.
Right.
He's like, just go back and give him your original script.
Yeah.
And I did. And they were like, that's what we're talking about. I'm like, fuck LA. You know? So yeah, 14 years in New York.
Yeah.
I did 2 years in LA. I went back to Colorado and did a lot of theater.
Nice.
I talk a lot.
That's fine. So we like that on this show. Talk it up. And then why did you move to Vietnam? What did you live anywhere overseas before you came here? What's the story
No,
of you
I've
leaving?
traveled a bunch. But my mom is German, my dad's Italian.
Right.
So we spent a lot of summers in Germany.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you're going to... No. They lived in villages,
Yeah.
you know, picking blackberries and
Yeah.
holding pigs while they got castrated. It was different. But yeah.
Right.
But Vietnam,
Yeah.
it was a series of events.
Okay.
Well, my fiance split up with me in one night. She just said, so what's happening? She's like, I'm done. You made the dog. I'm like, you want to talk about it? No. So I took the dog and went to my dad's house.
Yeah.
We shared the dog. But yeah, then the dog died, my greyhound. Get greyhounds, people. Best freaking dog you can get. Don't get a greyhound in Vietnam, they would die.
Yeah.
And then my father, I lived with him for 3 years, but he was getting dementia, it got really bad, so my brother took him to New Orleans, and he died the second week I got here. But I just picked I applied to Iceland, Prague, and Peru. I like cold weather.
Right.
I don't like fucking hot weather.
Yeah.
And somehow, I don't know, my brother's wife is Vietnamese,
Okay.
and they're always really nice.
Yeah.
Her family.
Yeah.
And my sister taught in Hanoi. She's like, you should go. I just said, oh, gee, man.
Yeah.
And then I got here.
Yeah.
You know, Colorado's got really nice air.
Yeah.
I got off the plane. I just felt all the humidity, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, fuck, I just turned my world up. So, why'd you come?
Me, I came to visit my friend. I took a 3-week vacation and then signed a 9-month teaching contract. I was like, wow, this is great. I'm gonna stay here for 9 months. Went home, just the same old stuff going on back home.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, did another 9 months. 6 years later, still here.
Oh, you've been here 6 years.
Yeah.
How's your Vietnamese?
Tiếng Việt won't you?
Nice.
Yeah. I'm practicing.
I'm practicing now,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Problem is I learn it and I forget it the
Yeah.
next day.
Could order like orange juice and smoothies.
Oh, I finally learned how to learn. If you don't speak Vietnamese and you're watching this, every word is one syllable.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all about the tone. So I was with my friend Rose one day, but before they plotted down, there was a little Vietnamese lady, she's like in her 70s,
Yeah.
had a little coffee stand. So I'd say "Café Soda," it's "Café Soda,"
Yeah,
which means coffee with sweet milk and ice, da.
yeah,
And she had 2 sizes. I'd say, now I say long.
Yeah.
Long means large, long. But I say "Café Soda long."
yeah.
And my friend, she's like, hit me. She's like, you just ordered pussy coffee. I'm like, what? Long vagina, bad word.
Yeah.
And I look at the little Vietnamese lady. I'm like, you, and she's cracked. She's just
Yeah.
giggling away.
Yeah.
I'm like, you sold me so many vagina coffees. And she's like, you're very cute. You try.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah. Well, now that I think of it, I like a vagina coffee. She said. And I was like, oh no. I'll come tomorrow for a fresh vagina. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
It is true. You can, but nobody, like, as a foreigner, we try our best, and then they still don't really understand us. So I can see how you order vagina coffees.
Yeah.
I probably am too at Circle K. I say lon. Lon is large, and y'all is small.
You know.
Y'all. Yeah.
See, you pull your tongue up and down.
Yeah.
It's all
I'm
about
getting it.
that.
I'm getting it.
You know.
Getting it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I was teaching kids the word count one day.
Yeah.
Like I had these 4 little fuckers in my class.
Right.
They were all calling me fat.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not nice.
Yeah.
And then the teachers, they're like, oh, no, in Vietnam, it's a compliment. Like, no, it's not. Not when you're the fat guy, you know.
Yeah.
But one day I'm teaching count.
Yeah.
I'm teaching them English. And their English isn't always great. But I'm like, ow,
Yeah.
carrot. And he's like, cunt.
That's
like,
nice.
What'd you say? Cunt. I'm like, no. Can everybody please tell him how it's said? And like 16, 8-year-olds were like, cunt.
Yeah.
Fucking went, oh, that's sad.
Should have just let him roll.
Well, we had a Scottish teacher there, Katie. And I'm like, okay, hang on. Katie, come in here. And she came in. I'm like, tell her your new word. 1, 2, 3, what am I doing? Cunt. And she's Scottish. And she was like, oh, fucking brilliant, man. I don't think that's Scottish. But that was brilliant. How did you teach them? I'm like, I didn't. She's like, fuck, I'm going to try it with my class. I'm like, okay.
Cut to 3 class.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun teaching English. It's a lot of people get mad and they don't like it. You know, I like it. I if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna, try to give back to the people as much as I can. And
Even when it's kind of crappy,
Yeah.
there's always like one or two things that happen in the week that just save everything.
Yeah.
Like I was having a horrible week, and by the clock they had this bumblebee, goofy with glasses and leaning back. So we were doing a big class project, cut color, jungle collage, and we had break. I think these are my 10 and 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
We come back, and one of the kids had stuck the banana like this as a penis for the bee. I was like, I love it.
Oh God.
I didn't take it down either.
Kids are great, man. Nice. So you've been here what? 4 years, 5 years, 10 years?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And you just went home recently and you came back, so you like it here.
I don't think I'll live in America again.
Yeah.
First of all, it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like this comes out $850, probably like $1,000, but it's a 2-bedroom loft.
Yeah.
America, Littleton,
Yeah.
the suburbs of Littleton,
Yeah.
a studio,
Yeah.
like not even half the size of this room,
Right.
$2,000 a month. And what am I gonna do? Because I'm not gonna get paid enough.
No.
And Denver is open carry,
Yeah.
guns everywhere.
Yeah.
I was there for 10 days and they had a mass shooting. America had 52 mass shootings in January.
Yeah.
And now they're worried about the Second Amendment, and a bunch of Republicans are wearing AK-47 pins. Like the governor of Florida, where they had 4 mass shootings in a month, thinks it was cool to wear a. So anyway, that's a big one with me. And
Me too.
the food.
Yeah.
The food is all processed and salty, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize portions are too big, and
Yeah.
people are. Sorry, I'm a little fat, but
Yeah.
no, they're like.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do when the kids were calling me fat.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna take you to a Rockies game.
Yeah.
That's a baseball team.
Jesus.
I'm like, I'll push him through the turnstile.
Right.
He'd be like, fat, oh, triple fat. Like, some guy pulled a gun out. He's like, is that one of yours? I'm like, yeah.
I know.
This is true. I went to Walmart by my house. They had, 2 lanes here, 2 lanes here, 2 lanes here, 40 handicap spaces. 40. Okay?
Yeah.
And they weren't handicapped.
Yeah.
They were just, when I'm saying, I'm talking like this.
Yeah.
There was a line and a time limit on the scooters.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I don't know. My friends all back home were like, don't come back.
Yep.
People are angry.
Yep.
People are kind here. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Vietnamese are really kind. They're not good at showing up for appointments on time. Ever.
Yeah.
And if you're in a line, guard your spot. Don't let anyone creep in.
Snuggle up to the person in front of you.
No, I went to the movies the other day.
Yeah.
I'm on crutches right now, arm braces.
Yeah.
And I'm giving them birth.
Yeah.
But I'm clearly in the line with this Chinese woman behind me. And these 4 kids just zoom.
Yeah.
So I have my crutch. I just poked him in the ass.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I'm like, line.
Yeah.
Line. Go. She knew the word for get back in line.
Yeah.
Like, dang, do I?
Yeah.
But it's just like, you fucking see me.
It's true. It's true.
It's the old ladies that are the worst.
Yeah. I know.
You could be paying at the Vinmart,
Yeah.
and they will push you out of the way.
Oh, no matter where you're at. You're at the airport. I was at the airport waiting. Even at the bank, ATM, they'll cut you.
Oh.
But yeah, I was doing my thing with the lady checking my luggage, and this guy just comes up, puts his passport on the table. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I'm right here engaging with the lady, and you're still trying to sneak. I was like, dude, all right, whatever. Yeah, you gotta just let it go.
No, that happened to the bank because I used to have to pay my rent in cash
Yeah,
in Funyan.
yeah,
So, my rent was like 8 or 9 million. So I took out 12 million from my account, so I'd have cash as extra. and she's counting. I'm sitting at her desk.
Yeah.
She's counting my 12 million. That's about 600.
Yeah.
I can't say MF. This fellow comes and does the same thing. I got my passport out.
Yeah.
I got all that, and he's coming in and talking to her. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I got angry. They don't like when you get angry.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you freaking doing, man?
Yeah.
The guard came over. I'm like, I got my passport, all this money. You gonna let him?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
It's one thing.
But they don't worry about being robbed, man.
No.
I'll be at Vinmart and they'll have the night count sitting out, and then realize they have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, if I weren't a giant white guy.
I know.
Because they're going to catch a giant white guy.
Well, they have a cash register. It's just like a drawer you open and just throw the money in or walk away. That's how safe it is here. Like that.
Well, that's how scary Vietnamese prison is.
Yeah.
Too.
I don't want to know, basically.
But it is safe.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll get your phone stolen.
Yeah.
I did.
But you won't get a knife shoved in. Like you won't get shot. You won't get shot here. There's probably never been a mass shooting.
No, they don't. The police don't even have guns.
Yeah.
They wear peach pajamas
Yeah.
and have white gloves.
Yeah. Plastic clubs.
Yeah.
Not even fucking wood. Yeah.
I call them Pikachus.
Yeah.
I learned that from people.
Yeah.
Just gotta learn how to bribe them.
I've seen old ladies like beating up cops out here and stuff. It's way different than America.
Yeah, during COVID.
You can't even get a cop to come. You know? Like if you, yeah, which is, I mean, maybe good, maybe bad. I think it's
I had a terrifying moment with old ladies during COVID
yeah,
because the only thing open was Vinmart and City Market. You had to go in the morning, fill out a list. I got Tuesdays and Thursdays, and come back in the afternoon, and they give you what's left on your list.
right.
So I was in Vinmart one day. It was like 7-Eleven. And the girl looked at me because I like bread. And she's like, oh. And a guy came in with just 2 pallets of weird Vietnamese white bread.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I grabbed 2. I got chucked from
Yeah.
behind. Like, boom. This old lady came and knocked the trays fall.
Yeah.
I'm like holding my bread, and she's hoarding the bread.
Yeah.
And another woman's like, no, slapped it out of her hands. They push each other.
Yeah.
These are like little old Vietnamese ladies.
Yeah.
So the Vinmart lady's like, only 2.
Yeah.
These ladies start fighting. I got knocked to the ground. I'm holding my bread. It turned into 4 of them, like hitting each other with shoes and throwing in. My buddy's like, why aren't you filming? I was like, I was scared shitless. Because the sound
Yeah.
alone is, it's the most high-pitched
Yeah.
shit I've ever
Yeah.
heard. I got out of there. I got 2 loves. So.
I don't know, man. So good. I had a different experience. I was living way out during COVID, way out, almost out of Saigon in the south, and all our stores were open.
Where
still.
were you?
I was in Na Bay.
Oh,
Yeah,
what are you doing there?
I lived there during COVID.
Oh.
I moved there because it was starting to get a little crazy. So I moved into this like empty neighborhood, which is a good move because the cops never came. The cops I would look out my window and see the cops at 3 p.m. go by and leave. And everyone would go outside and were jogging. So I was jogging one day and there was this old lady around. She was walking, I was walking, and she's like, the police were pulling up. She's like, police, let's go. So me and this old lady are like hitting corners, going up alleyways, running from the police.
She's doing parkour.
Yeah,
Like, boom, boom.
it was good.
No, I had to sneak some meat because my building was safe.
Yeah,
That other building got quarantined.
yeah,
But my buddy, Jack and Con. No, you don't know them. You didn't teach with me.
no.
I mix people up. But their building was almost all COVID, and the next building, so that alleyway got blocked off on both sides and a third route, like with barbed wire and they had cops that would come through.
Yeah,
And I told Con, he's like, I don't know, man, because he got a ration
Okay. Yeah.
It was like a kilo of rice,
Yeah.
6 fish and vegetables.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to, there's a Australian butcher.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll pick you up some meat.
Yeah.
I bought him a ton of meat.
Yeah.
But it was like a spy movie.
Yep.
I had to wait. I watched the cop go like this
Yep.
and shoot down this little leg. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
He ran down, throwing the meat, but you know, then the bag tore on the barbed wire. He picked up the steak off the ground. He's like, I don't care.
Fuck it, dude.
It's like, oh, it's come to this.
Oh, we were so lucky because I lived in a complex, and the mini stop was open to us. We just used our card. We didn't have to leave the complex. Went right in. They had chicken. You could buy like fucking chicken, 10 chicken wings for $2. Fucking, we had everything, bro. We couldn't leave the neighborhood, but we had everything we needed. And like the little bars and nail shops were closed, but they were selling fruit instead. We had avocados. We had fucking.
I didn't mind COVID.
We just buy whatever we wanted. Like, what do you got? Okay, pineapples today. Fuck it, we'll take all the pineapples.
Yeah, they started letting us into City Mart.
Yeah.
And I go in one day, I'm like, God, I want some eggs. I like eggs.
Yeah.
And there were 5 cartons left.
Yeah.
I was a little Vietnamese guy, and then this big Aussie guy that I know behind me. And the guy, he's grabbing all 5. I said,
Yeah.
well, hey, Emily, me and him.
Yeah.
And he goes, shrugged his shoulders. And sometimes when a New Yorker comes out, and it just shot out of my mouth, I'm like, good. I hope you shit a beak.
We had.
I was like, the guy behind me was like, wow, that's great.
That's good.
Dude, it's all yours, man. I don't know when I would say it again.
Yeah, we ran out of eggs. There was one point where there was no cigarettes and no eggs. And no cigarettes was pretty fucking bad, right? Because I was a smoker. Oh, I still am a smoker. But we had no cigarettes. We just had to wait like till Friday when the cigarettes came back. But we had no eggs. But then we found this one place had duck eggs. So duck eggs are fucking nice.
They're huge.
Yeah. We bought a bunch of duck eggs.
Do you eat the peasant eggs?
The
No,
half-
pheasant eggs.
The little ones?
The quail eggs.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah?
Yeah. Love those.
Yeah? What do you do with them?
Eat them, boil them and eat them.
Yeah, I'll try.
Eat like 20 of them. You gotta
Yeah.
dip it in salt and pepper.
I'll get to it. So I wanted to tell you one thing.
All right.
Something about directing and acting.
Yes.
To be a good actor, you have to listen. It's not your job. I've been in plays where I thought,
Yeah.
I always wanted to direct this play, Homecoming.
Yeah.
And I got cast in it with this guy, Ed Bauerlein. And he is hardcore, real deal theater. Been running a theater in Denver for 38 years. And, you know, so he's directing this play. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? But I went with his direction, and what turned out, he knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But he called me to play Stanley
Yeah.
in Streetcar Named Desire. Everyone knows,
Yeah.
Stella,
Yeah.
which sucks,
Yeah.
because when you get to that part, it's a small theater in the round. Everybody in the audience is you're Stella.
Stella's coming.
And I just told him, I'm like, fuck that. That's not even I didn't think Brando was that good in the movie. Sorry. He has moments. But it was one I found more depth.
Yeah.
But anyway, we made it really small and cramped,
Yeah.
the apartment. Because it was New Orleans right after the Korean War.
Yeah.
And you know, Blanche and Stella and Stanley's story. And they're all trying to struggle. But Blanche comes and she's a perfumed whore from New Orleans. And we just had a trunk in the room. And I come in and there's 2 steps down into the room. And we had all the framings, but no walls.
Right.
And he comes in and he said, so just walk, don't look at her, and then say your line. So I come in, I'm like, you must be Stella's sister. She's like, pleased to meet you. I'm like, how long are you going to stay? And he goes, no, Tom. What animal is he? how do you see him? I'm like a Black Panther or a Puma. And he goes, yeah, jungle cat. Yeah, he's a jungle cat. Now, this is his house. So I want you to, Stanley, he's a cat. He can smell the room.
Yeah.
All right? And so I redid it, and I stood at the stairs, and I went, and he goes, God, he doesn't smell the fucking room.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he smells the room.
Yeah.
And he goes, and by the way, Stanley doesn't walk downstairs. He pushes them into the ground. Those are the two things he told me.
Wow.
And I got it.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, wow. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good direction, anyway.
Right. Yeah, that's my coach when I was. She told me, yeah, listening is like so much of acting. Like you gotta play off the other person. You can't just be saying your lines like how you want. You gotta play off the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A play can be different every night.
Yeah.
I've worked with actresses. There's an actress.
Yeah.
I won't say it. But she would memorize all her lines
Yeah.
before open reading and then just put the play aside.
Yeah.
So prideful.
Yeah.
And you have to act around her.
Yeah.
Because no matter, you know,
Yeah.
I could say, I love you. Or I'd say, yeah, I love you.
Yeah.
Same fucking line reading every night.
Yeah.
And finally the director called around and was like, I'm tired. Everyone's acting around you.
Yeah.
You just let it go and act.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should learn your lines. Don't make up your mind too much.
All right.
Because you might hear something different one night
Yep.
that changes your perspective.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
I think
love
the
it.
greatest listening actor was William Hurt.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Maybe.
If you saw him, he always play these quiet roles, but you could always see him just really listening. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just shut up and listen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just like saying your lines, right? It's just it's the techniques that have to be taught, man. You got to learn from people that are better than you that have been doing it for years. Yeah.
I think it comes down to one thing is, because people are like, well, you can lie. You lie for a living. I'm like, not lying on stage. I'm like, no, that's just the opposite. You got to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Because if I don't believe the shit coming out of my mouth,
Yeah.
I think I have balls telling you to pay $40
Yeah.
and come watch it.
Yeah.
So, and whatever technique gets you there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever works.
Yeah. Yeah. So grateful to learn from this guy all the time. Let's talk about the Cosby guy. When you met the Cosby guy, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. It was a big deal because it was a top show, and
Yeah.
I played one of the homeless white guys.
Yeah.
But we were listed as the guest stars, right?
Right.
But then Giuliani was on the show
Wow.
when he was mayor before his
Wow.
bonkers.
Yeah.
So usually you do a script reading, and then you have before you have a live audience, you have a camera day
Yeah.
where they start moving the sets. You do the scene. And they're like, okay, or they adjust the scene.
Yeah.
They rework it, and I'm pretty nervous because they hadn't done live audience before.
Yeah.
And so he keeps giving his clothes to us, my friend, because he thinks he's the dry cleaner. And at this point, he's like, I wear all my clothes. And so we lost the whole morning. We didn't get our first run because of Giuliani.
Yeah.
They just fell all over him.
Yeah.
So like, sorry, I guess, Oh, but the rule on the set was, and he owned the whole floor of Take Two
Yeah.
in Queens.
Yeah.
Sesame Street was downstairs.
Yeah.
But they're like, wait till he speaks to you and call him Mr. Cosby or Dr. Cosby.
Yeah.
Only, there were two people that could call him Bill.
All right.
So we go to do our scene. I come up, and I basically come to the door, and he's like, oh, and we have like a 5-line exchange. And I get close and I'm like, ooh. But he fucks all the lines up. So I can improv, but I was riffing with him. I'm like, motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
I can't do this on live TV.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And I'm walking away. He goes, hey, Tom, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what happened there? And I'm like, oh, well, you kind of married the 3 scenes together. And I did.
Yeah.
He's like, because I think you should say your lines.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking he's calling me out for not saying that. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. And all of a sudden he goes, no. You misunderstood me. He goes, I'm doing fine. I believe you have worked hard enough and have earned the right to be able to say your lines.
Wow.
And me being me, I was like, Bill, baby, we're going to be fine. And he looked, and he just walked away with his cigar. This girl just scooped me up, and she goes, did you just call him Bill, baby, and hit him? I'm like, I believe I did. She goes, well, I hope you enjoyed your time at the Cosby Show. Turns out he loved us.
Yeah.
And he gave me an extra shot.
Nice.
After the show, he came by and goes, listen, you have one of the best double takes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I put that in the show and got rid of some of my shots. And I was like, thank you, man.
Wow.
And he didn't roofie me nothing. It was nice.
Yeah.
But Madeline Kahn
That
was...
would be my next question.
Oh. No. No, I tried. I was like...
That would have been great.
Really?
That would have been a story.
No, but Madeline Kahn, who's tiny, came up to me and she like come up and bumped me. I look and she's like, hi.
Yeah.
I was like, hi. And she's like, I'm Maddie.
Yeah.
I said, I know.
Yeah.
I'm Tom. And she goes, you're really funny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you. You're really funny too.
Nice.
If you don't know Madeline Kahn, watch Young Frankenstein or any Mel Brooks movie.
Okay.
So, anyway, she's like, you're funny. She
Yeah.
goes like, we can be friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. But I should tell you, I've been in love with you since 5th grade.
Yeah.
She's like, me? She's like, who else did you fall in love with? I'm like, Bernadette Peters and Carol Kane.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, you have really weird taste. But that's the height of my career was her. I love Madeline Kahn.
Wow. You survived Bill, huh?
Yeah. No, we got signed to 5 episodes. So the next episode we were kind of background guys. Like, you know the guys on Cheers that are always the same guys?
Right.
We were kind of the neighborhood dudes.
Right.
But then his son got killed.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So the show went on hiatus. And then when we came back, Madeline Kahn had cancer very bad, and they just called the show. So I was like, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, there's highs and lows.
Where could we see these episodes? Probably impossible to find. Huh?
No. It's called Guess Who's President is Coming to Dinner.
Yeah.
I thought it was on YouTube. They have scenes, but I have it on IMDb.
Okay.
But you probably have to buy it for $1
Yeah.
or something.
IMDb thing. Yeah. Okay.
But the Budlight Chicken Pull is on YouTube.
Yeah. Nice. What's the Budlight chicken pull?
Well, I auditioned. Budlight
Yeah.
was shooting. Budweiser was shooting 14 commercials,
Yeah.
and they were going to show 8 during the Super Bowl.
Wow.
So 4 were going to be the Lizard.
Right.
Remember the Lizards?
Yep.
And 2 were going to be public safety,
Right.
and then 2 random ones.
Yeah.
I ended up booking 2 of them. And one was guys on an exercise bike chasing a beer truck
Yeah.
on rollers.
Yeah.
And they're like, or are you going to play pool against the chicken? I'm like, well, fuck that. People like animals, chicken.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. And, we didn't even know if it was going to show.
Yeah.
And then came up in the 3rd quarter. I was like, my buddy's like, cha-ching.
Wow.
Because, yeah, that was back in the days when there was only network.
Right.
There's a
That's
little
all
bit.
it was. Right.
So you got residuals on network,
Yeah.
you know? That was good.
Shit. All right.
So-
I'm gonna try to link that in the link area below if I can find it.
I'll look for it.
All
man.
right. Send it to me.
So,
Nice, man.
yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, but so I had 5 national commercials that year.
Yeah.
Like I had MasterCard, what was it called? Prodigy Internet. I had a cell phone commercial, beer commercial. Oh, and NyQuil.
Wow.
I was hot. I was working all the time.
Yeah.
But after it runs network and it goes to cable,
Yeah.
no more residual. And they can show you your commercial 14 times a day.
Yeah.
And but back then they would give you $875 to the rights to your commercial for what, 13 weeks.
Yeah.
So you're fucked because you have to agree.
Yeah.
So, and you can't. I call my agent. I'm like, I'm not getting auditions. She's like, you can't do competitive products.
Yeah.
She's like, you can do trucks and toys. Yeah.
Right.
What you want is like diarrhea medicine.
Yeah.
My friend was the Mop and Glow woman.
Yeah.
They make like one commercial or two a year.
Yeah.
And it shows on daytime TV like
Yeah.
6 times a day during soap operas.
Same time. Mop and gloves.
That's
yeah.
what you want.
Remember those? Yeah.
So, it's a weird business.
Yeah.
You know, but after all the I had to go back to bartending.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, why are you bartending? I saw you on TV like 3 times today. I'm like,
Yeah.
'cause I'm bought out. I'm bought out. $800 is not a good paycheck for.
Yeah. That was the 80s? What was that?
No, 90s.
90s? Okay.
Like 96.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah. I'm doing some commercials here, but it's not even.
Not for free.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the. I don't get residuals.
But wait, you guys had like some silly amount of hits for that eating thing. You did.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing those eating things. I think I filmed. I think it was 3 more episodes. And like.
And what do? You just eat weird shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you the content.
But you don't eat like. Well, you ate something nasty.
Nice. Shit. I ate pig eyeballs,
Fuck no.
pig tits.
Don't eat those.
Pig tits are chewy and nice. Pig breasts, and I
Do you
ate.
get to like nibble on them for a little while?
I put the whole thing in my mouth.
No.
I ate pig eyeballs, pig tits.
How were the eyeballs? I bet they're good.
They're good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like fight for the fish eyes.
Yeah. The pig eyes, they're like this big. And I didn't know. I was just like, oh, chewy. Ooh. Oh, shit. No way.
I can't even eat pig ear. Pig ear's nasty.
Yeah, I don't really I wouldn't order it. I wouldn't go for it. I wouldn't try to eat it. But when I accidentally ate it, I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, these are fucking good. They cooked it. It was delicious.
The eyeballs.
Yeah.
Well, like balut or hopilong.
Yeah.
Those are freaking good.
Yeah. Baby
They're
chicken.
It's a fetus, a duck
Yeah.
fetus, or a chicken fetus,
Yeah.
halfway developed in the egg, and you cut the top off.
Yeah.
But that first shot, it's like drinking bone marrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it gets, sometimes you get some crunchiness, and it's the bones,
Yeah,
but
it's the beak, choking on the beak.
it's pretty good, man. It's psychologically challenging.
Yeah, they are good. I used to eat them a lot more. I used to love them.
I won't eat mumtum. They use shrimp paste.
Yeah.
And if there's even like a spoon,
Yeah.
I can smell that I don't know.
It's good for you.
I don't care if it's good for me. It's fucking nasty. I'm eating mango. Can I
Yeah.
eat?
Yeah. There's a lot of food here. It's like, it's fucking flavorful, right? It's just like it lights up your whole face and nose and everything. And like you eat it once, you're like, oh yeah, but eating it again, I don't know.
I'll try everything once.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what's awesome
Yeah.
is deep fried grasshoppers.
Ooh, I never
Like
had
anyone who likes shrimp heads in their sushi,
Yeah.
they're just crunchy
Yeah.
and kind of salty. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But I went out with my friend. She loves snails.
Yeah.
Whatever, snails are fine.
I like snails.
But her whole family, we were on the canal. We got frog. That was good. Snails. But then they had coconut worms. Like it's big white fat larvae about the size of the thumb. And they wriggle like this.
Yeah.
They take them live, they put them on the grill and roll it for 30 seconds to char it.
Yeah.
Toss it in sauce and put it on the table.
Yeah.
You pick it up with a chopstick, it's still moving.
Yeah.
So I put it in my mouth. They got me on the canal.
Yeah.
I put it in my mouth, and it moved twice, and I was like, "Fuck!" And they're like, "Bite it."
Yeah.
I bit it and squirted everywhere. No, that was it. I ran to this canal street, just lost it, and the goop was yellow when I spit it out.
God, that's the one thing I haven't tried yet. Those fucking
The larvae?
They're like grub, and they're like
Yeah, they're gross. A giant.
Ugh. Ugh.
I can tell you not to do it.
I'm not going to. If they gave me that on the show, I probably would have puked.
Well, when I was recovering from one of my accidents, it was nice. This is Vietnamese people. People I didn't even know were bringing me meals.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, I saw you in your wheelchair. We made dinner for you. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And my neighbors would constantly bring me food, and I was still online teaching.
Yeah.
But they always gave me the chicken head.
Yeah.
Like, if you order fried chicken over
Yeah.
here, you can get all chicken with the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Like, they just dumped the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would use them as my assistant teacher on camera.
Yeah.
I was like, no, wrong, you're wrong. Why you said that way, you know?
Play with your food, Tom.
Oh, dude, I had Google eyeballs.
Yeah.
I put the eyeballs into like mangoes and bananas.
Yeah. Yeah.
It keeps them interested. You're like,
Yeah.
this is teacher banana.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, hello. But one kid got really upset because the next week I had mango and a chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And this kid is like, I think he was like 9 or 10. He's like, teacher, where Mr. Banana?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I ate him. I had to eat him. Why you eat? You ate the teacher banana. I'm so upset. And I'm like, well, he was a real banana. Oh.
Yeah.
He turned his camera off on me. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, teaching online is fun. Some people use like sock puppets or like fucking stuffed toys. Tom uses mangoes and bananas.
And chicken heads.
Chicken heads.
I was going to use my anime girls, but
Yeah, might be too much for kids.
I don't know if parents are going to approve of her, right? A butt shot. Woo-hoo. No, but then the same family
Yeah.
had me over for dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, please don't give me the chicken head.
Yeah.
The chicken head goes to the grandfather, grandmother, you know,
Right.
the hierarchy. But it went to me because I'm the guest. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And,
You gotta eat it, right? It's
well,
like-
finally Sunny, the daughter, she's like, so I mean, she's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, Mom, I don't think Americans eat chicken head.
Yeah.
Her dad heard chicken head, and he was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Snatched it, fucking gnawing on the neck, and then he scalped it. He cut across the forehead, pulled all the skin off the head, ate that. Then he cracked the skull open, and then scooped out the brains, and it took like a minute. He was like, I'm like, no, all yours. Can't have half a chicken brain.
Oh, that reminded me. That was the other thing I ate was fucking pig brain. Pig brain.
Brain can be really
It
good.
was fucking good.
Yeah.
It's a little brainy. It looked a little like you could see the ripples and shit. Oh, but it
Anything
was
for money.
fucking good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think we got like how many views? 2 million views, 1.5 million views. On
All right, 1.5 million people get on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Share this with every friend.
yeah,
Say, oh my God, it's so interesting.
yeah.
OMG, you can write OMG now.
Look at this foreigner eating pig brains and eyeballs. So that's the good shit right there.
What's
Dried
it?
mango.
Dried mango.
Have you had the dried jackfruit chips?
You're all right.
Alright. This is shit, man.
No, I usually have like grapes and cherries and mango.
Yep,
I eat a lot of fruit and yogurt.
yep.
You can't tell, but
That's good for you. Yeah, that's another thing about living here. You go to the supermarket, you're gonna pay a little more. If you go outside, down the street, you could get freaking 3 mangoes for $3 or something.
No,
It's
no.
crazy.
In Funyan,
No.
I lived on a hem. It's an
Yeah.
alley street, but it's bigger than the alley.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Buddhist temple, this will be cool.
Yeah.
No. Buddhist temple, 5:30 in the morning, gongs and bells. But then there was an alley next to it that was really narrow, and then it opened up into this huge fruit and vegetable market,
Nice.
and you know the guy selling steel things.
Yeah.
But the alleyway in was where all the fresh meat would come in.
Right.
And these women, they're in the Vietnamese squat.
Yeah.
They got like a plastic sheet on the floor,
Yeah.
and they're just chopping.
Yeah.
And there's flies, and then it's also where they sell the durian.
Yeah.
So it just reeks of
Yeah.
meat and durian at that alleyway.
Yeah.
But what was cool is these two guys would let their roosters fight every day.
Yeah.
They see me, they're like, come on, come on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want what? They would let them fight for a minute until it got serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man,
Nice.
once you got out of that alley,
Yeah.
yeah, fresh fruit
Yeah.
was the mangosteens.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so good.
She would try to sell me a bag for 20,000 one day,
Yeah.
like a big bag.
Yeah. That's
I'm
$1,
like-
$1. 20,000.
I was like, I'll take 5. And she was-
Yeah.
The mangosteen is this purple weird fruit.
Yeah.
Crack it open, there's like 6. See, it tastes like Jolly Rancher
Yeah.
made of fruit.
Yeah.
So I tore through those. I went back and she smiled.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fruit
Yeah.
and the veggies, because it's all coming from the farms every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
That's why when I went to America, you can really taste the processed food.
Yeah, the GMOs and all that.
Oh man, everything was so salty.
Yep.
I was like, you guys don't taste the salt,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh God, it's so good here, man. Yeah. Forget someone was here with me and they were eating some fruit and they're like, I didn't know fucking fruit could taste like this.
No.
Like, this is like.
Well, like the tomatoes over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't. They taste like tomatoes.
Yeah.
They're fucking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of what kept me here. Is
Yeah.
they plowed all of it, but the lady had. I would go every morning and then she would grab fresh mango, avocado, and so I'd have mango avocado smoothie.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it was $40K,
Yeah.
which is $1.
$1.75, $1.50. Yeah.
It's good.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah. I was getting avocado. You can find an avocado smoothie for less than $1, man, and it's just fresh avocado, man.
You get a banh mi for
Yep.
what, 15K?
Yep.
Fresh baked bread,
Yep.
little meat paste.
Yep. Yep.
Best thing I ever ate. So my buddy and I, we did when they closed the borders here, my friend and I traveled 21 days, and we probably paid $1,200
Yeah.
because there was no tourism.
Right.
So everywhere you go, they're like $500. I'm like, no, they're like $200 a night.
Yeah.
But Ninh is where they filmed King Kong.
Right.
And we went, there's a little tiny, like 8-block town right by it. And that's where we stayed. So we're driving, we see a sign, and my buddy's like, oh, did you see that? They're serving Cocker Spaniel. I was like, what, dude? No, that's a hairy mountain goat.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, goat? And he
Yeah.
flips out. I'm like, I've had bad experience with goat. Nope. We went there that night. These people put goat and Thai chilies and lemongrass and garlic.
Ooh.
And they cook it, steam it in a clay pot all day.
Oh.
Like the lemongrass would actually melt in it.
Oh my God.
They put it on the table,
God
and then you get
damn.
triangles of rice paper.
Yeah.
And first you put a slice of cucumber,
Yeah.
a slice of pineapple,
Yeah.
then you put the meat, and then this spicy peanut sauce
Yeah.
and fresh basil.
God. Oh.
I think we ate like half a kilo or
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
tremendous.
Yeah, get out of the city, you'll find some crazy stuff. That's so good, so good. I went to where did I go? I went up the west of here, Long An. I was shooting like a little travel show, and at night after we filmed, they're like, all right, we're gonna go out. We're gonna find something. So the only restaurant open was this Buffalo hot pot place.
Water Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. It's the only guy they have.
It was fucking so good.
Was it?
Yeah.
I had a Water Buffalo steak one night.
Yeah.
That was a little too gamey, but maybe if you
I
hot
like
pot it.
gamey.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
It's a hot pot. You know, they put all the, I don't know, sauces in there.
Yeah. Hot pot I could do
Yeah,
it.
it's boiling. It's drinking beer, eating buffalo.
Well, I told him earlier about Fish Man.
Yeah.
There used to be a guy we call him Fish Man.
Yeah.
All he sold was whatever fish he had.
Yeah.
And then he'd ask red or white,
Yeah.
and you get a case of either Saigon red or Saigon green.
Yeah.
And he would rub these fish with this green sauce that he made.
Yeah.
And then he'd grill them, like on a hot grill, and open them.
Yeah.
And everyone would just eat out of the fish. And every time it was good, but it was always different, you know?
Yep.
And one night he had a big puffy fish. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that? He's like, yeah, fish.
Yeah.
I said, no, I know it's fish. What kind of fish? Yeah, fish. I said, yeah, but what kind? He's like, Vietnam fish. I was like, all right. Yeah.
Yep. Just eat it. Eat it. If it looks good, eat it.
If you visit Vietnam, there's a couple places. There's a place called Mural City. It's a mural village.
Right.
It was an old sea town.
Okay.
We went and they hired artists to get tourists back to paint beautiful murals on every building.
Yep.
They're a little sun faded now.
Yep.
But we went and we're like, it's hot as fuck, and there is nobody here.
Yeah.
And you know, it's still COVID times.
Yeah.
But come 5 o'clock, the round little boats come in, the fishermen.
Yeah.
Tents are going up, chairs are everywhere.
Yeah.
People are coming. There's like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And we were like the only two expat guys there.
Yeah.
And we were talking to this table and talking to their kids in English, and they were like, no, we might. But you could go down. One time I did it with 4 guys, and our friend was like, I'll pick it. We had a live little octopus.
Yeah.
You're like, we'll have that. Shrimp. The shrimps are big.
Yeah.
We got, 2 kilos of fish.
Yeah.
Then we had scuttlefish and bluefish.
Ooh. Yum.
But they cook it right there for you.
Yeah.
And oh my God, there ain't nothing like it. That's where, if you're a foodie, come to Vietnam and
Yeah.
travel.
You will love it if you're a foodie. Yeah.
Egg coffee and salt coffee, those are my problems.
Yeah. I love egg coffee.
Yeah, have you tried the salt coffee?
I don't think so. No.
It's kind of like coffee suadab, but
Really?
it's more blended up with sea salt.
Okay.
It's really, wow. It's sweet, but it's not bad.
You gotta be by the sea to get that. Yeah, egg coffee's my shit, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I got a little egg coffee problem.
Yeah, yeah.
What else should we talk about?
Let me see. Oh, we're gonna go back to something. Let me see. Where is it?
How long is it? An hour?
It's been an hour and 15 minutes so far. 13.
Oh, I thought it was.
I usually go an hour. We usually do an hour. Let's see. What? You want to talk about anything else? You got shows coming up? Tell us about your.
Oh, yeah. If you live in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
we have open mics Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm doing all those this week
Nice.
because I'm headlining at Soma Funnies on the 12th.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing 2 of those tourist trap shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you doing
Yeah,
those?
I'm doing those.
Oh, I think I'm doing it with you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a new one. So Monday is Indica D1. Tuesday is
Bardo.
D2. Wednesday is
Eddie's.
Eddie's D2. Thursday is Eddie's and D1. And
Those are tourist traps, so
yeah,
most of the jokes are Vietnamese.
yeah. Well, it's for tourists. We got a joke
For
about
tourists.
stuff that tourists would know about.
I used to do a bunch of Vietnamese material. I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody laughs, and my friend's like,
Yeah.
no, we hate the Chinese.
Yeah.
It's like, do the same joke, say Chinese.
Yeah.
So I used to have an introduction where I come up, I'm like, thank you very much. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I just want to make sure a little Vietnamese lady wasn't behind me, about to steal the microphone. And there was this group of like 20-something Vietnamese. They didn't laugh. I'm like, oh my God. Hang on, let me try this again.
Yeah.
So they had, this is at Lost Boys.
Yeah.
So I came up, I'm, hey, I'm Tom. Oh, just want to make sure there wasn't a little Chinese woman with dumplings.
Yeah.
And they all started laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, what, you guys hate the Chinese?
Yeah, they do.
I'm like, that war happened long ago.
No.
But they love Americans.
Yeah. I've always had good experience here. Talking to people, telling them I'm American. That even older people have been like, cool, welcome to my country. Like anything you need. Yeah, the people here are really cool. When I was coming here, some of my friends were like, be careful, you're American, you don't know anything. And then when I got here, it was just like a whole different story. People were super nice. And
You will get your phone. Like 90% of the people get their phone stolen.
Yeah.
Because they're Googling like that in the motorbike.
Yeah.
Said, bing.
Standing next to the curb looking, oh, where do I go? Boom, they'll snatch it.
Yep.
But other than that, super safe, beautiful, cheap to travel. You
In general.
can fly anywhere in the country for $50 or less.
Two people can have a steak dinner
Yep.
with an appetizer of crab cakes,
Yep.
a drink. Probably comes out to $38.
Yeah. You're not gonna spend more than that. Hotels are cheap. If you want to go cheap, you can get a hotel for $10, $20. $20 is like nice, like
Okay.
very nice hotel.
So my buddy and I always created business ideas. Like if we had money enough, what kind of bar?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to open up grudge match,
Yeah.
where you could say my wife and we fight over the dishes.
Yeah.
And if they pick your name, you get the stage. You might get ping pong
Yeah.
or darts, and you work out the grudges.
Yeah.
And then, but one thing, my buddy wanted to open up a bar called Roofies, and open up with ladies' night. I'm like, dude. He's like, I just want to see how long I'd be open.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to have a place called the Nap Room,
Yeah.
and they have those here.
Yeah.
These hammocks right over here.
Yeah.
But when I first got here, I didn't realize that the hotels that are $60K an hour
Yeah.
are like rendezvous sex hotels.
Yeah.
I was like, because on Saturdays I had a 4-hour break,
Yeah.
and it was too expensive to go home and back.
Yeah.
So one day I was like, oh, I can take a nap.
Yeah.
So I just started at this school like 2 weeks before, and all the CMs saw me coming out of the sex hotel.
Yeah.
And so the head teacher, the head of the place came. She's like, why are you having a sex hotel? I'm like, sex hotel? I thought it was for naps.
Yeah.
And they thought it was funny. I was like,
Yeah.
but they are. You can go take a
I
nap.
used to do that when I worked way far away. I had like a 4-hour break. I'd go in there, spend $5 and you sleep for 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And then, it's a utility that you could use, I love them. Yeah. And I guess on that note, on the sex hotel note,
What do you do on that couch?
I don't know. I've seen them. Oh God.
I looked at it and tried to figure it out, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
People are like, it's a sex chair.
Yeah.
It's basically shaped like a old Corvette or something.
Yeah, like a Stingray Corvette. Yeah, those things. Yeah.
I sat on it by myself. I was like, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No.
My feet don't go up like this. Okay, maybe that's not for my feet.
No. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah. Everybody, thanks for watching. This is Thomas Borrillo, Damien Cole, the host. XLT podcast. Check out Tom. I'm gonna put his links in the description, and got a bunch of shows coming up. Probably another play with us together. So.
Oh, can I plug one more movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
On YouTube, there's a movie called Rook, R-O-O-K, like in a chess game. I play a Jewish mafia guy who hates Gentiles.
Yeah.
But it's a fun little movie. Look up Rook full movie.
Yeah.
I'm in minute 13 and 20, and pretty much it's a shoot 'em up.
Nice.
But
Love those. Love those.
yeah.
Yeah, check it out. I'll try to link it in the description. I'll get all the links for Thomas Borrillo here. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you later.
Oh wait, we didn't do this. And this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta do this one. Love you. All right. Later.